What's going on, YouTube family? K Soul's back in the building with another video. This is part two of the breakdown of the Remy Ma and Papoose situation. They are still going back and forth online. It's crazy. But like I said in the part one video, this is a learning experience. It's like we're getting a live looking at what's going on, and it's crazy. And they're human at the end of the day, and these things happen. And I guess because they put it out there, it's content. It's a teaching moment because obviously I think both of them are doing a bit too much. But at the end of the day, there's loads of things that they go through that happens in a lot of that they went through that happens in a lot of relationships. So I'm just gonna carry on from where I left off in part one. I was focusing on Papoose' side of the story. There's a few more things he mentioned, which I'm going to say now. Well, he mentioned so much, but obviously, um, I'm not going to include all of it. Like, he's even deleted all his videos. So, evidently, because what I said in the last video I did, I said how he said, like, he took the bait and he didn't need to do all this. So I think, sometimes it happens to me, it happens to most content creators. You post things and then you're like, I don't really want that out there, or why did I do that, or why did I react like that, or whatever. And then you take it down. I think that's what happened. Or maybe he got advice and he's taking it down. So I'm not even able to pull from, I'm sure there's a lot of people that's already um copied it or that have the content, but I'm not gonna go and talk about everything he said because a lot of the times he did repeat as well. So there's a few things I did miss out that I think are quite key, which I will talk about first, and then we're gonna go into Remy Ma's side. So yeah, man, don't forget to like and comment, and let's get into it.
The therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same, but when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. So when she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense.
Okay, so here he says that the only reason why he was gonna stay after the cheating is because he didn't want to leave the house that his daughter lives in. Obviously, he has a child, and this is the thing: when it comes to men and breakups, and when you've had children, yeah, you have to now make a decision whether you're gonna leave the whole family. So you're not just leaving the woman; you're leaving the whole family. Yeah, are you gonna leave the whole family? This means you're gonna. This means you're gonna leave a child, right? So you're not going to be there for that child. You can be a part-time dad, you can be a weekend dad, but it's a big change for the child and for you as the father. And I think this, some men obviously, like my dad, some men don't care. They just go. They just cut. Once they've had enough of the woman, they will go. But some men actually have to, some men actually consider this, and they could even stay through a lot of madness. So even though I said before that I won't be able to stay with a woman if she cheated, the truth is, if a woman has your kid, you're gonna have to think beyond the cheating. you're going to have to really consider what is best for your family. Sometimes I also believe that it's not good to stay in a relationship and have a toxic relationship in front of the kids, because you could be fighting in front of them. That could be a bad upbringing for them too. But then I think a lot of men have to consider whether they're about to leave their kids or not. And sometimes that could be a reason why a man will take back a cheating woman, you know? There's also other arrangements where people say, okay, we're not together, but we'll live in the same house. So I understand it, but what I will say is sometimes it's another L as men we have to take. If the relationship don't work out, if there's situations where it's very toxic, it's dangerous, or whatever it is, sometimes men just have to bite the bullet and leave, and make sure you still remain in your kid's life. Unfortunately, it's actually a sad thing. Um, in some cases, obviously the men get the custody, but most cases is the men that are going. And I don't know, it's just it's a weird one. It's like, I would just say at the end of the day, yeah, if the relationship can't work, you just have to take it out how it is. I remember I've got a friend though that actually he his dad wasn't in his didn't live with him, but there was a point in his life where he had a very good relationship with him. And I remember once when I this happened to me. So when I broke up with my first children's mother, um I would always have these moments where I'll be like, oh, I've messed up, man. Like, I don't live with these kids and all of this, even though I see them every week. But I just felt bad because they don't wake up to see me. They don't come back from school and see me straight away. Maybe a few days a week. Sorry. Talking about children, I'm filming at home, as you can see, usually it's in the car. And I'm also babysitting, looking after my baby. And I've got a monitor here. So if I keep looking down, please excuse me. I'm just trying to get in some content while I do this. He's sleeping, but it's late. So I'll be looking down. So just please bear with me if you see it. Don't think I'm doing a madness. But anyway, yeah, so I would moan about, you know, not being in my kid's life daily. And my friend said to me, you shouldn't worry about that because my dad has had more impact than anyone in my life, and I've only had a relationship with him in my teenage years, and we don't live together. I just go and see him, and we speak on the phone. So I say that to say that you can still have an impact on a child's life, even if you don't live with them. You can still school your child. You can still um, raise them. Do you know what I mean? It just means the time you spend with them now has to be more concentrated. Like, you have to really make every moment you're with them count. You shouldn't feel that you need to be imprisoned in a home with a woman that's violated you or a relationship that's broken down because you're scared of not being there for your kids. You can be there for your kids. I'm not encouraging this and saying that this is what it should be, but we're going to get into it later. But even Remy Ma, the way she's been talking is like she wanted him out. And with all the cheating allegations from both of them, this relationship it don't seem like it can be fixed. So if it gets to that point, and especially if you're beefing and it's a toxic environment, then as a man, you just have to accept it and just make sure that you're still there for your kid. You can still have a great relationship with the child and still raise them how you need to raise them.
I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it. Now, this individual is a female. So I can't do nothing to her. I don't put my hands on females. Y'all want to know what I did? I told the individual, I said, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't put my hands on her because I'm not gonna do that. I don't hit women. But I told her to get out. I said, get the out. Because I felt very disrespected that took place in my house while my daughter was right there on the bed.
Yo, Papoose is exposing. No wonder why he deleted this. Hey. Okay, so this situation is not really abnormal to me. What I do know is that a lot of females that go to prison, yeah, may, not all, but a lot of them may encounter a gay relationship. Same way, like in male prisons, I don't know nothing about it, but you always hear don't drop the soap, because there could be always someone that is gonna come and take advantage of you if you can't hold your own. I don't hear about that much in UK prisons, but for the females in the States and the UK, I hear about it a lot. It's quite common. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised, but for context, because I think this I only showed you like a short clip of him saying he saw what happened, but in the full video he actually said that it was someone she met while she was in prison, and then when that person came out, Remy invited her to the house, and she was staying over a lot, and around whenever she would stay over, Papoose would be in a room alone, and she would go to the basement with this woman, and they would do things, and one time he caught her, even with the child there apparently. So that's a bit mad to expose, but I would say that it looks like they probably had a relationship and they were satisfying each other in prison, and then obviously it grew into something more. And you know what they say, sometimes girls will say girls are better than men at whatever they do. Do you know what I mean? So do you get what I'm saying? That's why it's dangerous to even enter those territories. So what I would say personally is that it's weird. We live in a day and age where a lot of girls are swinging both ways. Do you know what I mean? But you know, unless you're someone that likes to join in that as a man, if you're invited, of course, or you like that kind of stuff, it's advisable to stay away from women that are into that, because it could also trigger you. But obviously, Paps wasn't happy with it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit peak.
Turn that camera on, ugly, and tell your lies. Don't type your lies. Tell them. Speak while people talking to you. You reading comments, you can't keep up with them if you do that, right? I'll wait. Because I've been sitting by my phone all fucking day, because I know you can't take the L. You can't take the public people not on your dick. You can't take that, right? Every time you come up, mentions me, says anything, or do anything that I don't like, every time your current come up situation, I'ma drag you. And every time you bring your little girly self on here and saying something, I'ma drag you. Every time, Willie. I'm gonna drag you every time, Willie. Every time. I was just trying to get back with you yesterday. Get back with what? Get back with what? Why the fuck would I be trying to get back with you, sir? Stop lying to these people. Did y'all look at the date on that filing? Oh, it's so easy to file. He filed that today. He filed this today. Who gave you the money? They gave you the money. You should be look at me, doing you favors again. I got y'all lit. All the blogs pick y'all up. You can use all my perks, all my front row perks, all my jewelry perks, all my jacket perks. Y'all lit. I got y'all lit. And look at me again, still doing you favors. I got your lawyer retained. Look at him. Look at him over there. Emotional. You're an emotional creature. Men are emotional creatures, you know? I have no ill will towards you, Papoose. Men are just emotional creatures. You over there on your little Instagram page where I helped you get all your little followers. Play with me. Play with me. And my daughter goes to bed at 9:30 at night. 10:30 on a bad night. So if he's telling you I was talking to calling my daughter, it's a lie. My daughter has her own phone. She has her own phone. Okay? Stop playing with me, sir. Oh, and you just filed that today. Look at the date. For anybody that just came in and just missed that, don't play with me, sir. Don't play with me. Nobody was trying to get you back. If I wanted to get you back, all I had to do was just listen to the cries and the pleading. I have that too. You want me to play the audio of you crying? Or do you want me to place the footage of you sleep on the couch? What happened? The last time that you was over there, and I was like, bro, this ain't it. Stop. You're never going to win this with me because I don't care anymore. Listen to me. Look at me. The woman that you knew, she is gone. You have successfully got rid of her. That lady that gave you grace, that saved face for you, that took the hit so that we both don't look crazy, even if it made me look crazy because I feel like, oh, you know what, my celebrity could take it. Yours can't believe I could take the hit. She gone. She's gone. Ew. I don't even like the cologne you wear. It's gross. Ew. Come on. And you got me blocked. Emotional. Why I'm blocked? Why I'm blocked? How you popping shit and try to talk shit about me and got me blocked? I can't even see it. Thankfully, I know you can't take an L. I know you over there losing your mind trying to figure out what she gonna do next. I'ma do everything. Everything that you think that I might not do, I'm going to do. Everything. 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 Stop lying through them fucking teeth that I paid for. You fucking liar. And go ahead and say I ain't paid for it so I can call my daughter godmother and let her send a fucking receipt.
Okay, so now we're locked into Remy. Alright, so in this clip now, all I see is anger. Do you know what I mean? Anger, frustration. She's appalled with him. Some could call it bitter. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, do you know what? If I'm to be fair, Papoose did expose a lot of stuff, yeah? He actually did expose a lot of stuff. And if you got exposed to the world and everyone's talking about you, yeah, that can cause anger. So let me not act like it's just because she's bitter. He actually violated. So yeah. But if you notice, he was just talking from his point of the story because some could also say that she violated because when I look back, she released 1 hour. She spoke on live for like 1 hour plus about him, exposing him, talking trash on him. So I can actually say for her to do it first, that can probably prove that she is bitter and she is hurt and everything. And the way she's talking, she's like literally insulting this man. He spoke from a perspective of his side of the story, spoke what he thought was the truth. I don't think he even said that he didn't want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? But she outright disrespected him. She called him ugly. Yeah. She said that he's girly. He's emotional. She said men are emotional. But Rem, all I want to say, she's saying men are emotional, but like we need to stop all this because there's people say I've made a video about this, like when they tell men to don't men shouldn't talk or whatever. On one hand, yeah, they say men are emotionally unavailable, and then on the other hand, when they're angry at you or when you do express yourself and they don't like what you say, you're now girly. You're now emotional. Men are emotional. Do you want us to go 10 steps backwards? Like, what is it? Like, this is a conditioning that men have had. And when it suits certain people or certain women, it's given that they want us to go 10 steps backwards. But they don't really want that, because then we'll really be cold. Do you know what I mean? So she said that whole emotional thing. And all I'm going to say is, yes, he has a right to be emotional, because you was his wife. Like, that was his wife. That's his family. He's now. Sorry, my son just moved. That was his family, yeah. He's now losing out. You heard what he said earlier about the whole thing about he wanted to be there for his daughter. He wanted to live in the same house. That's something that's gone now. He can't do that anymore. There's more a man loses. It's not just the women. Anyone that thinks that if you build a family, you build a life with someone, you are upset because you lost them. It's not just about them. It's about the time you have spent, the time you've invested, whatever you have invested into that, the children you have made. There's so much to lose in the situation. Of course, I expect both of you to be emotional. This is not a situation that's good. Even if you think you're better off without each other, you have to be like, come on, we're human. You're gonna feel upset. You've lost a part of your life now, and you have to start again. Like, so her pointing that out is like a no-brainer. I think a man is going to be emotional, even if a man acts tough and acts in anger and is bossy with it. There's still going to be an emotional part of that. Do you get what I'm saying? Unless the man's cold, and if a man was cold, you may not even be with that man, because the love you experienced comes out of emotion. Do you get what I'm saying? So when women use this time or breakups to now, or in an argument or whatever it is, when they start calling the man emotional, it's like, that's what you actually want. You don't want a man that's emotionally unavailable. That's what they say. Women say they don't want that. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously you can see with this kind of language being used, someone is just triggered, um, and they're hurt. Like, I get it. She's being emotional by saying all of that and using all this language. She said that he saved as bozo in her phone. Like, bozo in her phone. Like, there's so many things here that is showing that this woman is just angry at him. Like, it's crazy. She also said that she would, if she has anything mentioned on her name, she would drag him. She's ready for war. It's like what I said in the last video. I said, yeah, that once there's a breakup and once a woman has ill feelings towards you or is hurt or whatever, they are going to speak. They're going to insult you. They're going to disrespect you. And look, it's playing out now. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't, and maybe I shouldn't say it's always going to happen, because sometimes you have women that wouldn't even do that. They're a bit more dignified than that. But in this case, look what's going on, man. She's literally tearing this man down online. And I get it. Like I said, he's doing his own. He's exposing her. But the insults speak volume. When someone speaks through insult, it speaks volumes. It sometimes is a reflection of how they feel about themselves, or sometimes it's due to deep hurt. Do you get what I'm saying? He said that she doesn't even like the cologne he wears. Like, I mean, come on, like, I mean, two things, yeah. If surely, if you don't like your husband's cologne, you will say something. All those years you were with him, he's wearing a cologne that you don't like, unless it's a new cologne that happened at the end of the relationship. But that just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It just seems like, oh, I'm appalled with him, and I don't want. I'm appalled with everything about him, even the way he smells. That's what it's given. Do you know what I mean?
Another thing I don't like. Oh, she was held down while she was in jail. I was who I was when I went to prison. My royalty check still came in. I gave power of attorney so that they could write checks and go on my account and do this. I was buying Christmas gifts, not just for my son, for 3 other children that I was still getting to know. Yes, I was. paying rent in a house that I pay rent in at least 3 different apartments that I never seen a day in my life. And you know what I came home to? I have shit. I have $1 when I came home. I loved though, and I was okay with that. Raise Jace. When did somebody raise my son? What? My son lives with his father for a year or two while I was away, and with my mother, who the entire time I was sending the money from jail, sending boxes of sneakers, boxes of underclothes. Like, stop! Don't ever play with me, y'all.
People, what do you tell somebody being broke to y'all? Because I see a lot of this like upgrade, downgrade. So and so's broke. This one's broke. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all don't know what people have. Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included.
It's my house because I paid for it. All 1.3 whatever it was, I paid in cash with my name on it only.
Okay, as you can see, now I get why Papoose was in his video. He was talking so much about all the things he's done for her, writing her rhymes. Because at the time I was thinking, do you really need to say all that? But now I get it, because she was calling him broke. She was going in on his finances. She claims that she paid his rent while she was in prison. She was looking after him. She's like, she even said that he's the brokest man that she's ever been with. Like, that is crazy to say. That's crazy to say. Do you know what I mean? Like, to just, the thing is, yeah, another thing I said before in part 1 is that they will trigger you. They will find what will trigger you the most, and they will say it. And it's just playing out how I said it. Like, I didn't even see this video at the time. I only saw Papoose's video. Do you know what I mean? And it's only now that I've seen Remy Martin's. I'm saying Remy Martin. That's old school. Remy Martin's reply. Do you know what I mean? And it's just exactly how I thought, because I know from a psychological point of view, I know how this game goes. Do you know what I mean? So she's obviously, I don't know, like, I don't know how true it is. I don't know none of their pockets. Like, it's not really my business. But there's 2 things I will say. Number 1, I will say that, you see, the thing in marriage, unless she's gonna outright say he hasn't done nothing financially, which I can't imagine that to be so, someone's lying here, obviously, because Papoose is saying he was doing he paid all the bills, he did everything, he looked after her while she was in prison, and to a certain degree, I believe that part. Like, I mean, doing things for her outside, because she's locked up, she's limited. You know what I mean? He's saying that, he done all of that, and they both bought the house together and all of that, but she's saying that he ain't shit, that he was broke. You know what I'm saying? So someone's lying here. But what I will say is that if someone did hold you down while you was in prison, yeah, and looked after you, brought you food, do you know what I mean? Also wrote lyrics for you, helped to boost your career, and let's just say you financially as the woman, you know, made money and then looked after the household for a certain time period or whatever it is, should the man be penalized if maybe he goes through a hard patch, a rough patch? That's what I want to ask you guys, yeah. Do you think it's fair? Imagine you help build up a woman's career. Obviously, this in this situation is rap. Papoose is saying he wrote her lyrics, he did all this, and a lot of people noticed that it's his pen. Yeah, and he's got proof, he said, evidence. So he's helped her with her music career. She's made money from it, whatever. And maybe, I don't know if he fell on hard times, if she's telling the truth, but let's just say for this point that he went through some hard times. And then the another thing that was said in the video that I didn't manage to catch on time, like it went before I clipped it, is he said that when she got a big payout, she started separating the income and saying that this is her money. Do you know what I mean? and his money is his money. So like already that's an issue, because when you're married, it's meant to be one pot. It's literally meant to be one pot. Do you know what I mean? Whether the man makes the money, whether the woman makes the money, it's meant to be one pot. But do you know what's crazy? In that situation, the woman would get away with it, because most men or any stand-up man would just think, yeah, it's true, I'm a man, I need to get my own. But our own means the families, because we're looked at as the people that should provide for the family. So if a man was to say, this is my money, it will be wild. But for a woman to say it, it's wild to me. But as a man with pride and ego, you're just going to say, okay, cool, I need to get mine. And that's what he said he did. But what I want to ask, sorry, I went far off, but what I want to ask is, if a man helps a woman build up her career, right? Helps a woman build up her career, she blows up, she makes money in any career, but the man isn't as successful as her, or maybe he goes through a rough patch, right? And they're married, yeah? Is it right for a woman to separate her money and see this man as a broke bum? Like, is that right? Does that make sense? So let's say he's helped you get to where you were, but maybe he's not where he wants to be yet, or he's going through a rough patch. Can you look at that man and treat him like a broke guy, just like you'll see another guy that you might meet and ain't got shit going for them? Is that fair? What do you guys think? Because I think all that goes out the window when you're married, personally. Like, if someone is broke or not up to your standards at the beginning, it's up to you whether you want to enter that or not. But once you're in the relationship and you're working together, as long as the man has had input in getting you to where you are, that's both of your money. That's what I think anyway. Likewise, with automatically, this is how the system works and how society works. And even if it wasn't the society, it's the conditioning that is with men. As a man, already, whether he got it by himself, it's everyone's money in the family, right? It's the family's money. That's it. That's what it is, right? Even divorce, they will still look at the man's money if he's the breadwinner, and they'll say, okay, you need to distribute it to the family. You might even need to pay child support or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? That is automatic. But the women's money isn't seen, at least to men, as automatic. So I just don't think it's fair if a man's helped you in your career. I just don't think it's fair if a man's helped you in your career and now you're treating him like a bum guy off the streets. Like, it's mad.
I just don't understand why, when every time somebody has something to promote, talk about that. Talk about whatever your endeavor is that you have coming up. It's so easy. It is so, the same publicist that y'all use to push stories out, that's the same publicist that before you walk into the room, you say, hey, anything about Ram, anything about this, I don't want to talk about that. That's it. It never happens. So when people are like, oh, they asked, you can say, don't talk about it. Because I would do that. If I didn't care, I'm like, I don't care what y'all ask me. I say what I want to say. I've been in that before. But when you really don't care, you really not about, you think people don't be trying to ask me stuff? And I'd be like, what? You understand? Married in 2008. That's not who this is now. Now he's a wife. Listen, I don't care who brought up what. It's nothing for you to be like, I don't want to talk about that. It's nothing to be like, so before you even start, like, yeah, we not touching on that. Let's talk about what I have coming up, if that's really the case.
It's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
I don't know.
In his personal life.
Oh,
yeah, it's the elephant in the room. Like, yeah. But that But that takes time. And like I said, that's not my place to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get handled. I just know that from my perspective, I'm with him every day. And when I'm not with him, we're on the phone every day. And we're talking and we're FaceTiming and, you know, we love each other. So that's just kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's a situation and it is what it is.
I'm assuming you mean like you want to wait till the divorce is like official. Does that hold you? Does that keep you from like giving your all?
No. No, because we're together all the time.
So the all is already given, is what she's saying.
Yeah, that's it. We already talk. We talk about so many different things, and I'm 30, so we talk about kids and family and stuff like that. But like, that still has to get taken care of. But like, you know, once again, it's not. It's not for me. When somebody is just truthful with you from the beginning, there is no secrets. It's just, hey, this is what it is, and do you accept or do you not accept? That's kind of what it was, and he's been truthful from the beginning. Women are women. I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't have any ill will toward any women, and I don't have any ill will toward her. You know what I'm
y'all
saying?
haven't spoke or nah?
Nah, I mean, she made her post and whatever, and that was about it. But like I said, women are women. They're very emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was just, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was emotions or I don't know what it was because I don't know her and she don't know me.
Honestly, I don't think Clarissa said anything bad. I don't really think she said anything bad. You saw both clips. I get the fact that she shouldn't talk on them at all. That's fair enough. But she didn't say anything bad at the same time. And it's crazy. This is why what we can learn from this situation is, if you have a new woman, don't let them get involved at all. Because now, do you know what I'm saying? Remy and her have had little back and forth online. And I don't think like you should ever allow that to happen as a man with a baby mum and then moving on to I'm saying baby mum. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful because Remy mum was a wife. So the mother of Papoose's child shouldn't even have interactions unless it's positive, like they're meeting, they're acknowledging each other. She shouldn't have interactions with his new girlfriend. And the girlfriend shouldn't be getting involved. I think Papoose needs to kind of pattern that. And I do think that she should just be quiet on moving forward. You know, I saw a clip, she said she's going to be like Beyonce and not say anything to no one. And I think she should. But even though she's actually gone to socials to go back and forth with Remy after that. But the main thing is, I get it. And you know all the things that's been said about him. She wants to back her man, so I get that. Do you know what I mean? But I just think it's better not to get involved. Like, Remy Ma used that as ammo because apparently that's what started this whole thing. And I'm like, how can a mention, a simple mention that no one said, she said she don't have no ill will towards her. She said that, you know, she basically didn't want to talk on the situation. And Remy Ma has a point. She should have had a publicist that kind of tells them already not to bring it up. But that wasn't the case. But still, I don't think it needed a whole live that kicked off this whole thing. The reason why I'm even doing this video, I don't think this needed to happen. So Remy Ma's using that, but it wasn't bad enough to say you've got to come out and crash out. And that's another reason why I think this is pain talking. Do you know what I mean?
I'm such a real one. I know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home, I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying about what she was saying was going on while I was saying. I knew she wasn't lying. I just was mad. I knew she wasn't lying, though. If we keeping it a bean, I knew she wasn't lying. You refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. The moment that he knew his job at TuneCore was solidified via that bitch you was fucking over there. Play with me. I fucking dare you. Play with me. That's why he was mad that I never posted it, because he doesn't get a check from TuneCore. He was getting a percentage of the subscriptions, and he wanted me to post to my 11 million followers to subscribe to TuneCore. And I told him, tell the bitch that you're fucking at TuneCore to post it on her page. I didn't see anything wrong with that. What are you talking about? The second that he knew his job was solidified, he then started going on and said, I knocked somebody out, because he was mad. He wanted to assassinate Easy's character the same way he's trying to assassinate mine.
Ooh, could this be the reason behind everything? So she's saying that Papoose cheated with his baby mum while she was locked up. She's also saying that he cheated with a woman that worked at TuneCore. So could this be the reason why she did everything she did? Could this be the reason why she felt no way about cheating and was moving crazy? Could this be the reason why she's so appalled and hurt by him? I don't know, but this is getting way too messy, and they've kind of proven why their relationship can't be mended. Even the whole crashing out on social media is crazy. We don't know what's true, what's not true. What we do know is Remy Ma is now letting everyone know she's with that Easy the Block guy, whatever his name is. Yeah. So there was definitely something going on there. I don't know what was going on with. I don't know if what she's saying about Papoose is true, but you know what? Even she said it. She was locked up for a long time. Papoose is a man. And it kind of makes sense. I don't think, yeah, you can promise a woman in jail. You kind of have to have an arrangement. Yeah, unless you're religious or you're gonna abstain and you've got strong discipline. It will be hard for a man to wait years upon years. A man that's had kids, you know that he gets it popping. To now say he's not gonna sleep with anyone and remain loyal while his woman is in prison, unless they have, what do they call it? Those visits in prison where you're allowed to do stuff with your partner. If he has that, then there's no excuse. But if that wasn't the case, then uh, it's likely that something could happen outside. But I would say to wife someone and that's in prison and go back to your baby mom, that's sloppy. So if she is right, that is wrong. I just don't think. I think staying with someone while they're in prison and waiting it out only would work if you had some form of an agreement where you can still entertain. Otherwise, I think you kind of, me personally, I don't know, I think you have to kind of let the relationship go. Because Remy Ma could have just felt insecure in prison, yeah, and that could have started that relationship that she had with the female inmate, and then she could always have it in the back of her head, especially if she claimed that the baby mum was accusing Papoose of it, and her and Remy Ma were beefing. That would plant a seed that there could have been a seed already that was always there, because women know that it's going to be hard for a man. She said it herself, to abstain from sex while you're in prison. So she even said it. So that was the first seed. And then when she now comes out and has an altercation with the baby mum, it's now confirmed. That seed will grow more. And then she might just think, like, I know this guy cheated on me, and that could encourage her to cheat. I don't know, but that could be the case. But it just shows you that I don't know if that whole waiting for a woman in prison for a number of, if it's a few months, cool, but a number of years, I don't think it works. I think you either have to just say, let's let it go, and if we meet later on in life, cool. Or you have to have some form of agreement where it's a break and you can do things with other people, you can date other people, but just know you can't be nothing long term. I don't know, but something major has gone wrong in this black love situation, and it's sad. I think this is going to be my last video. So much more was said from both of them, but those are the highlights for me. And yeah, man, it's crazy. But yeah, let me know what you think of the situation. Don't forget to like and comment, people. I'm out. Peace.